Now, I want to share a light on what I term as the wasting men. Now, when you read the story of this woman, Mary Magdalene, this is the woman that has an alabaster box, as the Bible says. So an alabaster box is like it contains an ornament, a perfume. And once you open it, that is all. You can't use it 2 times. And the ornament or the perfume is very costly. Like this, what they said if we can sell it, it can bring what? 300 pence, and we can give it to the poor. It means what the woman came to do, it can be used to feed the poor. Now, one thing I want us to understand from this text is that, but there came a woman who came and wasted for Jesus. The woman came, he wasted everything for the sake of Jesus. The reason is that these people in verse 1, they were planning to kill Jesus. And Jesus should be anointed before his burial. There was a plan. They said, with this feast, before this Passover, we have to eliminate this man. But the problem here is that they said we cannot do it during the feast because there will be an uproar. Because there are some people that believe in his ministry. There are people that he's feeding daily. So because of that, they would like to stone us. So let's not disturb ourselves. So when they were doing that plan, Jesus was in Bethany. And there was a woman who came with a very expensive perfume, and the perfume is inside an alabaster box. The alabaster box, it is a box because whenever you open it, that is the end of the ornament. The box, in those days, they used to use it in 2 occasions. When you lost a loved one, that is to say your husband or your wife, or when you are getting married. So when the woman or the lady during her single life, when she is still single, she will save a lot of money, then buy that alabaster box full of that perfume. Then they have to keep it, so that the day that they got married, or the person that they married to, when the person died, then they will now pour it on the dead body to signify that all the days of my life I have been wasting it on this man. Then during marriage, people pour it on their spouse, so that they will now say, hey, throughout my life I'll be wasting my life on this woman or on this man. But Jesus is not the husband of this woman, but the woman came and poured it on Jesus. If you open it, that is all. The oil, the alabaster, the perfume inside the alabaster box is not produced in Jerusalem. They used to buy it very far away. So when you are buying it, you are paying for the transportation, you are paying for the security. So it's a very costly ornament. But she came and wasted it on Jesus. When you read the account of John, I think it is John 11 or John 12, that even the disciples says, they blame Jesus. They say Jesus is not even a prophet, because they were regarding Jesus as what? A prophet. Some of those people that were sitting around, they say, if Jesus is a prophet, why did Jesus allow this woman to do this kind of wastage? The disciples who are even saying Lord to Jesus, they say to Jesus, we can make a lot of money from this wastage. Now what I'm trying to say now is that as we gather here, many people might think that it is a waste. Truly, it is a waste. But in this kingdom, whatsoever that is not a waste cannot be counted. That is why people like David, who said, I will not give to the Lord a sacrifice that will not cost me. Anything that is not a waste in this kingdom cannot strike a chord in the realms of God. So beloved, I want to encourage us that before we can achieve anything in this kingdom, it is good that we come to waste some times. David said, a day spent in the house of the Lord is better than 1,000 elsewhere. So now look at what the Bible says. Jesus now said, this woman did not need to carry Bible and preach all around. This woman did not need to heal the sick before her name should be heard. But because he has wasted something very precious. Because even Judas Iscariot says, we can sell this thing. The disciples said, no, Lord. The people that sat to eat with Jesus, they say, Kai, the Pharisees, they say, Jesus, you are not a prophet. If you are a good man, you couldn't allow this woman to waste this thing upon you. How do you waste this thing on Jesus? Who is Jesus that you have to waste something that is very precious to you? But the woman said no. She knows what she was doing. And the Bible now said, it says, and there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ornament made? Why do you waste this your time? Why are you wasting your life? Can't you look for something good doing? Can't you just go and you are always say fasting, prayer, revival, this one, night prayer? You have wasted all your life. That is what people used to say. And you yourself, sometimes you feel reluctant. Sometimes you feel like, Kai, what is even happening to me? Kai, am I truly wasting my life? The answer to that thought is that yes, you are wasting your life. And the reason is that whatsoever that is not wasted cannot be regained. Jesus said, except a seed die. Except it die. Whatsoever the physical did not counted as waste cannot strike a chord in the realm of God. Now look at what Jesus he said. Then when you read the account of Matthew, the Bible said, and Jesus paused for a while. Even Jesus himself was shocked. And Jesus now paused. Then after a while, he now answered them, say, leave this woman alone. He said, what she has done, he said, it is a good thing. He has wrought a good works on me. He said, you always have poor people around. It means you might have other times. But me, you will not always have. It means that this opportunity might not always be given to you. The opportunity to fast and pray like this. The opportunity to do